everybody, welcome to the first episode of Real Wasted. I'm Pat.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sean.
And today we're going to be looking at the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space in kind of an enjoyable way. We became friends a couple years ago, and ever since we've established a love of two things, which are movies and alcohol. We decided to combine those into a show called Real Wasted, where we're going to be watching some of our favorite or least favorite movies. And we're going to be coming up with drinking games for all of them that you guys can play along with us, or you can just, sit back and laugh. We're going to introduce the movie, then we're going to watch it, and then we'll be back to see what our state is like. Plan 9 from Outer Space is a 1959 movie directed by what's notably known as the worst director ever made, Ed Wood. It was funded by a Baptist church because they believed that they would have enough money to come back from this to film 12 movies, one based on each of the apostles of Jesus Christ. The movie is notably bad. It's got horrible effects, it's got horrible acting, horrible editing. It's just one of the worst movies ever made.
And that's why it makes for such a wonderful drinking game.
That's right. If you're playing along at home, these are our games. The first one, you're going to drink anytime you see Criswell, who is the narrator. This film does not need a narrator,
but it has one. We'll also be drinking for any time there's a fake Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi died before this movie was actually made and had him replaced in certain scenes by an actor who I think was Ed Wood's chiropractor, and his face is constantly covered by a cloak.
The strings. Just watch the movie, you'll figure it out.
Number 4, anytime you see stock footage. There's a lot of chase scenes and cityscapes, so anytime that those are used, they didn't really shoot them.
And last but not least, anytime there's a recycled set. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 sets that are used in the entire movie, and it is obvious when they are reusing it or reformatting it. So anytime that shows up, feel free to take a drink. So we're going to sit back and watch this movie. We're going to enjoy it, at least I will, because I always do. Yes. So we're going to watch this right now. If you guys want to drink along with us, you can feel free to, or just, tune in a couple seconds and we'll show you how it turned out for us.
Okay.
Cheers! That was Plan 9 from Outer Space.
I picked a bad night to drink scotch, let me just tell you. Holy crap.
We should probably start establishing like a base drink for this, like what would probably be good to drink with this. Because
water! Water! Oh my god.
What was the final drink total that we had here? I think it was 42.
And that is not as generous as it should have been.
We had to change it to every scene that starts with that particular drinking game, because if we had done it for every single cut with it, it would have been horrible.
Drinking game-wise, I would give this one a solid 4 beers. There was a lot of drinks to be had. As far as wanting to get the job done, this movie delivered.
I'd give the movie at least 2 stars. I'm going to be perfectly honest there. And here's
and
why.
Perfectly generous.
Here's why. Yes, the acting is horrible. Yes, the effects are horrible. Yes, they could not have picked worse people to do this job. Acting, directing, editing, anything. But it's a good idea.
I will give you that.
Yes.
This could have been such a cool movie based on the concept.
The whole movie is about aliens coming to Earth and using dead bodies, reanimated dead bodies, to attack the living. I think that's a really good science fiction idea. I don't know how the hell they convinced the church to fund that.
My first introduction to this movie was actually Ed Wood.
Yeah.
And because it was so Burtonized, because I had gotten so used to that, I forget that this was an actual movie that required actual set design.
Some of the shots from Ed Wood are shot for shot exactly how they look in this movie.
I had just forgotten that that wasn't Burton's interpretation.
Yeah.
It's just that bad.
And you almost feel bad for Ed Wood when you watch this movie because you can tell how much effort he really did put into it. And he thought he made a good movie.
Not only that he thought he was making a good movie, he thought he was making the science fiction epic of the decade. He seriously believed it was like nobody had an idea as good as this. Nobody had actors as good as this. It's why he constantly picked television actors, and like he picked the wrestler Tor Johnson to be the police commissioner.
Who does not like shoulders. He doesn't like shoulders.
Every scene he's in, he attacks someone on their shoulders.
I have to give credit where credit was due. He was amazing in this movie because there was no makeup budget. There was no budget for anything, let's be honest. But I really would have thought it was a prosthetic. His face just did not change.
No?
Every shot he was in, his mouth is hanging open, and his cheeks just, they don't move.
Because somebody was dangling a ham on the outside of the thing. They were like, keep your face straight, you get all this, Tor. And he was just like, Tor like ham. Blah.
Not like shoulder.
Sometimes when you play drinking games with movies, you don't use every rule as much as the others. This one, it's pretty far across the board.
Very consistent.
Very consistently apparent.
But those are our drinking games. If you guys have drinking games in terms of this movie, share them in the comments. If there's a movie you want to see us do, you can share that in the comments. Or use the hashtag RealWasted.
Yes. We're trying to make this a more regular thing. If you guys have any suggestions for us, movies that you want us to drink to. And remember that this is all about having fun. It's about enjoying movies more with the aid of alcohol. If you guys have any suggestions for movies that you'd like us to do, please like us on Twitter, hashtag RealWasted. Let us know what you want. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys next time. Till then, I'm Pat.
I'm Jackie.
I'm Sean.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You watched Plan 9.
I ran out of beer.